Alright guys, now to get that out of the way. Today is a day of experimenting. I gotta find wax paper. I know I got some more here someplace. Hold on. Shop isn't a shop without wax paper. The only problem is this is so old. It doesn't have a cutter on it anymore. So we'll just rip it off. Let that sit there for a second. What I want to figure out here is I was looking for my plaster of Paris, and I don't know where the hell I put it. I may have thrown it out. I had that, and I had some colored grout that I can't find. Now, why I'm looking at this stuff is, if you were to get online and look at some of this stuff that these guys are using to build these little mini model things, this shit's expensive for little containers. So I'm looking for something that you can do that's going to accomplish the same thing, but for lesser money. Now this is floor adhesive. I can't say. First, I don't even know. Well, it looks like it's still good. That's why I wanted the wax paper, because I want to see if I was to build it up a little bit, how it actually is going to dry and kind of look at this point. So I wanted to try that. So that's that. Unless you stick it in your nose, it doesn't seem too bad as far as the smell. So let's wipe that off. And let me put this cover back on. As you can tell by the can, or the container here, that I haven't used this in a long time. I don't remember when I used it, to be honest. Let me put it down here and put 100 pounds on it. I only put one leg, 100 pounds. We'll put that there. Now this is a joint compound, taping compound when you're doing sheetrock and things. I don't know if this is even any good, to be honest with you. Well, it's got mold growing in it, so I don't know if that tells you anything. That in itself looks pretty good, huh? Anyway, that really doesn't mean anything, to be honest with you. I just gotta find something to mix it up, and maybe I'll dump the mold out, so we don't have to play with it. There. It's kind of like sleeting out there, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. I need a stick. I need a stick. Come on, I gotta have lots of sticks, but you know what? I use this. Oh, I can't use that. Alright. What else? Do I have that I can't use over here? In this little box. I'll use this. Screw it. I'd rather have something a little thinner, but this will work. So this actually looks pretty good still. It's not that bad. So, and this again isn't that expensive. We do have a little piece of mold growing around over here, so let me get that out of there. It's hanging around like a little snot in your mouth. There. Wipe that off. Yeah, this stuff. Yeah. Now this may or may not work. I really don't know. Even if it chips off a little bit, that'll be fine. Because sometimes you want to break it up anyway. Let me put that there. Now my plan is by putting it on the wax paper, it may not stick to it like it would normally stick to something. So now let's try a little of this stuff, see what it actually does. I want to kind of build it up a little bit, so if I want to kind of shape it later, with sandpaper, I'll know, is it going to stay upright or is it just going to settle out over time, and I just end up with a round block. So I got 2 spots there of each. I really don't know how the floor adhesive is going to work. I got an idea this is going to dry okay, but it's going to be kind of powdery, which is okay because once you seal it, you're not going to have an issue with it. So, my wife will be coming in shortly, and she's going to probably take this camera. Alright, so anyway, what do I have over here? I have
okay, when you see this screen, the first thing you do is come up here to the right hand corner, the lower right hand corner, and click on that. Next thing you do is
that one is floor adhesive.
If you're interested in logging, and you do that by clicking on the month.
Okay.
So you get to the month you want. In this case, I want March.
Now we're going to try some liquid nail.
All of the calls come up. You want to go to the bottom of that list because they go in date order. I am looking for an incident that was on March 5th at 9:59 a.m. I'm seeing it right here, 67 Cedar Street. You can also verify it with the incident number. The incident number is 4511. You can see it right here. Double click. And it opens up the screen. Click on Units and Personnel. Because I am inputting for the fire police, I need to add the fire police to the group. As you can see, fire police is not currently here. So we're going to add group. Click on Other, and the next screen comes up. And click on Fire police. Okay.
Now this is liquid nail. This is concrete repair.
Click on OK. And now we should see the fire police listed in the groups. And there it is. Now you want to add people that participated in this. I can see we have
I'm going to try something here with the liquid nail.
that's fire police. That's another fire police. on that March 5th incident. Mason,
Yeah, there was
Lee,
folks there.
you,
Count
okay,
me,
it's
yeah.
already logged.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like everybody here that needs to be there. So I'm just gonna hit save to be sure. Second, so we're gonna come back up here, and we're gonna arrow over.
What I'm doing here is
June.
I am going to try some of this. It's cheaper. And again, I'm looking for cheap. I don't want to use the stuff that I always use.
All the screen come up that has
Only because,
a whole bunch of incidents. Because it's listed by
only
day,
because
you're gonna have to go all the way to the bottom.
it's like $5 a tube
To look, find the June 2nd. The incident number on this is
versus
420.
like $3 a tube. I may not be right on the money with the pricing, but there's a big difference.
420.
So this is a fast dry acrylic. So let's put this down here. First I want to make it heavy.
Units and personnel tab.
Now I want to make a
120,
clump.
you don't see fire police here, so you're gonna add a group.
And I want to make a line.
Click on the
Nice
plus.
and thin.
Click on fire police. Click on.
Alright. So this
And
is
you
just
see
a
fire police.
seal.
You want to check to see
Seal.
the personnel area. The one I'm interested in is Esmer, Johnson, Hopkins. Let's see what he's listed here. I'm just trying to double check and make sure everything's clicked on that sheet.
Now,
I'm looking at activity, station, not station, gotta change station to the fire police. Not station one. Volunteer, the unit is fire police. Other, want to make sure you click on the activity type if it isn't already there. And then you go to save.
body filled.
Once again, after it saves, the cancel button is closed.
Bondo. Bondo. Bondo.
Save over here. That's a little change to close. That's that one. The next one is June 15th. Once again, you see the screen come up with all the incidents. You scroll to the bottom, you find all the June 15th ones. I'm looking for incident number 1340. Way up there at the bottom. Double click, open it up. You see the information for the units and personnel. Once again, we have to add a group. So you click on add group. Click here on other. Click on fire police. Click on OK.
Now this stuff I have a little bit more control over by how much hardware I use. So let's see what happens.
Go to the bottom of the list. Incident list. Find the one that you're interested in. This one is 9108.
For anybody that's used Bondo, you know that you want to make it all one color and make sure that the harness mixed. And for those of you who haven't used Bondo or any type of filler like this that uses a hardener, you want to make sure that the color is all mixed. So in this case, we want it all pink or red or whatever you want to call it. We don't want to see any swirls in it. But you have to act quickly because this stuff will dry quickly, depending on how much hardener you put in it. So it gives you the ability of setting it up faster. And I should have thought of this before I started it. Because this will harden. Something like that. And it doesn't give you a warning, it just gets there. And sometimes it's better to let it harden before you try to clean the tools because it'll just chip off. Alright, so that takes care of the body filler, the Bondo. Now we have some Bondo glass. This stuff is kind of a pain in the ass. I'll probably never use this. Well, I can't say that, but it's a pain in the ass. I can't put that in there because that's got Bondo with hardener on it, and it'll start to harden this whole can up on me. Now this is a body filler, just like the other one was, but this has fiberglass mixed in with it. Whoop, I knocked it down, huh? Sorry about that, guys. And it uses the same hardener. But this stuff is a pain in the ass to spread. However, it does give you a little bit more strength, in my opinion. And it'll also give me a little bit more flexibility. And again, you mix it the same way until all the hardeners mixed in and the colors changed. You don't see any variation of color. You can see variation in there. I don't want to see that. It's going to all be the same color. They do make Bondo squeegees, by the way, for doing this kind of stuff and for spreading it. But if you get a flexible piece of wood, it'll do the same thing. Okay, so let's put this over here. See what I mean with the fiberglass mixed in with it. Another thing is plaster of Paris and those type of fillers and things like that. A lot easier to work with and they dry just as fast. I wouldn't really recommend this stuff if you're doing it in a closed house or a shop, or well, even in a house basically. In a shop you got ventilation and you're familiar with this stuff, or you just want to try it, fine. But sometimes the price isn't worth the crap that you got to go through. And with any sanding, you want to make sure that you wear some type of a mouthpiece. Doesn't necessarily have to be a respirator, but at least a dust mask or a large wet damp cloth, something cover both your nose and your mouth when you do any sanding. Alright, I can see I'm going to have to buy more hardener. Usually a tube of hardener will work with a can, but if you, like I say, if you use it a lot more hardener, it will harden while you're mixing it, so you got to pay attention to that. Let me put you guys up here for, you know what, I'm going to hang you guys for a minute. Let's see, there's a whole gallon of Bondo. However, that's not full. The past flotilla commander had some rust on his caravan around the rear wheel. So he wanted to get rid of it because he was going to get another vehicle. So I told him, you know, get some Bondo and I'll take care of that for you. So he bought the Bondo and I fixed it real quick and we primed it. So, you guys okay out there? Hi, Lance. Yeah, I see your tail. I know you know. I don't know why you're out there in the cold, dude. Yeah. So anyway, not bad, huh? Not bad. Gotta put those away. These mats, they came with the bag that's in the car. That box, I don't know if I'm gonna keep it to keep the light in or just hook up the light permanently, depending on the weather. We got heat. We got heat. Now this is probably hard. It's almost sitting there. That only tells me I can put quite enough hardener in it, which is okay. Because that would have been hard by now. Or, well, I can't say the Bondo was bad. I've never heard of it being bad before. Normally that would be hard by